Hi, my name is Mike. I'm going to tell you my story about my 203 SC Nautic Star 2017. The wife and I were looking for a family style boat that we could do fishing and water sports. I live down here in Fort Lauderdale, so I both have access to freshwater and saltwater. After doing my due diligence, going all over the internet, we decided to go with a new boat versus a used boat. I know I did not want any wood into construction, and after many reviews and hours on the internet, we decided to run with the Nautic Star brand. It was within our price range, and we had a dealership very close to us at Complete Marine that we can go and do business with. This video will encompass all the features and in-depth look of owning this boat for 2 years, taking it through its paces, what I like, what I don't like, and I think this will be the most thorough review of a 203 SC. We owned the boat for about a year, and it was exposed to the elements on the outside. I did have it covered in one of those portable garages, but the South Florida weather is unforgiving, and we've always had the boat cover on it. And I'll start explaining what we had done to the boat, from brand new purchase to accessories that we've added later. The first thing I'd like to comment is when we purchased our boat, we got it with the boat cover. It is an excellent sunbrella fabric, and it has done a tremendous job in this horrible South Florida weather, where it could be super hot one second and raining the next. The boat cover is custom fit. It does fit the console very well. It holds very tightly. All the snaps after 2 years, also in saltwater conditions, have done a phenomenal job. They're all stainless steel. It does come with 2 poles that I do not need since I am in a covered atmosphere, but when it was not covered, the one pole would go here and the other pole would go in the back, and there's extra material where the pole, it's an adjustable pole that can withstand the pressure. The bow of the boat, what we also call the casting deck. As you can see, you do have 2 deck lights. They still work. They're LED and they do a great job. The horn has taken a little bit of damage just from the weather. It looks like it's got some type of weather stripping that has deteriorated. The horn is not that loud, but it does work. This is the bow ladder, so you can go nose first into the sandbar or onto the beach. As you can see, it's 2 years in salt water. The stainless steel is held up nice. Unfortunately, this little area does capture a lot of sand, so it can be a pain in the butt to clean. My son is 6'4", 330 pounds, and this ladder does hold him. However, he did bend one of them off the stern. You can't see it in the video, but this has all grip on it. It does a great job. It's a little bit of a bugger to clean, but with the right materials and equipment, you can clean this up no problem. But it's very safe and secure when it's wet. It holds, your grip is fantastic. That is for a fighting chair for fishing, and it's the deck is a honeycomb material, so it's very strong. This is the anchor locker. All Nautic Stars have it, and as you can see, some of my material has chipped up, but there's plenty of space in there for my chains and my ropes. The only thing is the anchor that comes with it is for still water only. It's not for anything under current, and I had to go and buy a larger anchor. The anchor that I purchased was the 8-pound Mantis. We absolutely love this anchor. It cannot stow in the anchor stow area. It's too large. However, I do have a 5-gallon bucket that this fits in perfectly with. And that 5-gallon bucket also doubles as our mobile potty. Great anchor, and it's never let us down. All right, so now we're inside the boat looking down. As you can tell, that is not, I've been in and out of the boat several times with my shoes. This all will clean up beautifully. That's just the normal grime on the bottom of the shoes. But the boat cleans up very well. It's a great material. They are very soft. As you can see, I have a little bit of mildew damage. That's on me. That's not on That's just me being a bad boat owner. But as far as the material, it's fantastic. I do have a little bit of damage during a hurricane. A palm frond was able to hit the boat. But other than that, it's been a great and loyal boat as far as the cushions go. They have a step up. This is the step up to the bow of the boat. That's the bow filler cushions. I'll show you in a minute. This lays flat. This is also, if you get the live well feature, this is where the live well will be. I do not have that feature. And as you can see, it's got a drain, and as I can imagine with the live well, it does not have any corners, so the bait should be able to circulate, but right now we use it as just more storage. We did get the Infinity speaker system, or stereo system that came with it. It works just fine. It gets distorted with a lot of bass, but it is quite loud, so when you're going underway, you can definitely turn it up, and the speakers are in a good spot. They've been doing great. You can see it's all wraparound cushions, and I'll go ahead and go into the storage spaces now. Just know it's very comfortable. We do bring a couple of pillows and towels, so we always lay towels down. We have 1 or 2 pillows to rest our heads on, but you could be underway, no problem, and be very uncomfortable. All right, I have the left bench lifted up. The hinges are really good quality. Underneath the bench, there's no wood in here at all. It's got plenty of drain holes. I'll leave my life preservers and stuff in here. A couple things to note, that it is a bit of a bugger to keep clean. Anything that lands in there, you're going to need to vacuum out or wipe out. And water, this does hold water. So when you're cleaning a boat, the water will fill up at least a ½ inch to an inch, and it does disperse, but very slowly. So that's what I have my bumpers in there for, to keep this vented so I don't get a mold issue. And this is the other side. Again, all high quality stuff, no wood anywhere. You can really load this up, but just know it's a wet area and it is not waterproof, so if you put anything in there, it should be bagged up. Next thing I want to talk about is the ski locker. Again, if you look, it's pretty dirty floor, but it will clean up, no problem. So this is great. This is our ski locker, and you could load this all the way up, and I'm actually going to go in here and show you how deep it is. All right, and going to take a journey down there. That does go quite a ways back. My fingers out of the way, and you will see that there's drains back there. So this does all drain out. It just takes a while, but it does all drain to the back of the boat. Next, we're heading back behind the helm and our little sink area. This backrest lifts up, and you do have storage under there. And we have added some custom stuff, which I'll do all the custom stuff at the end. But just know that this is all storage for you. Again, it's wet storage, so anything you put down there is going to get wet. But as long as you have it bagged up or in a little box, plastic box, you'll be good. This is the little sink area. You do have a stainless steel bar. We bought an aftermarket garbage can, which I'll explain in a minute. This is the little top that you have for cutting and stuff. We made a mistake. It does scratch. As you can see, we put a big gouge in it. We had set the cooler up here, and my son pulled the cooler, and there must have been a pebble on the bottom of the cooler that scratched the heck out of this. But other than that, it cleans up real nice. You can cut limes, you can cut bait, whatever you need to do, cleans up nice. We added an aftermarket sink, and I'll explain that in a second. I said that wrong. The sink is always here. It used to be a hand pump. I have since gone and upgraded to a freshwater washdown with a pump system, electrical pump system. And this is the input for the water, and then it's all based off pressure. But it does, this little sink, and you do get a plug for that when you buy the boat, and it evacuates the sink out of the side of the boat. Pretty nice, and we use it all the time. Underneath the sink is where you get the little igloo. I don't know if you can see that little component there. The igloo does fit in there, and when you're underway, big waves, it doesn't matter. Igloo cooler does not come out, and it does a fine job as far as keeping all the drinks cold. And then you can access that while it's in its spot. The lid does lift up for you to be able to get in there and access your drinks. And another Infinity speaker. All right, now we're looking at the helm. These are some aftermarket stuff that we purchased, suction cups to hold on to our various items that we need, cell phones, what have you. Okay, this is under the helm. We'll go look at that here in a second. But I just want to show you, they do sell the unit with a garbage can, sort of like a little system setup. Ours rusted out immediately, and you can see the aftermath. Hence, you know, if your boat's going to be on salt water, it's really got to be stainless steel or keep that metal off the boat. Okay, so now we're under the helm. This is not dry storage, despite it looking like dry storage. So again, anything you put under here should definitely be bagged up, or have yourself a watertight box. And this is where we keep all our important stuff, all in bags and watertight. The wiring, we're very happy with the wiring. All the connections still seem to be holding up despite having salt water and salt air. Nothing has ever corroded or not worked. Again, we've had some aftermarket stuff added, so but all this is definitely high enough out of the way. Every once in a while, some small items do creep underneath there, and you just got to remember where it went, and you got to grab it. This is like a little, like a vinyl material that they have, so it's real easy to wipe down. All right, now we're going to focus on the helm and the helm layout. So, as you step up, added feature for the boat, deck. Yeah. All right, so what's nice is your throttle's off to the side, so it doesn't clutter up your area. They do have a master switch, and everything's illuminated as you use it. There's a little sound for that horn. Nothing great, but it gets it done. Your courtesy lights. That was one of the units, one of the first things I had to take back. My courtesy lights did not work coming from the factory, but they put in other lights and they work just fine now. All right, looking forward from the boat, on the left-hand side, you have your trim and tilt. You do have your tachometer with your hours, which will display in that little window. I'm around 85 hours for 2 years worth of use. Your speed, and then your fuel gauge, all which are still working just nicely. To the right, we have the Infinity Marine stereo system, Bluetooth compatible. It works fine, no issues. The radio has gotten wet multiple times, especially during cleanup, and it's been doing great. I do want to notice that there's really no space up here in the helm above the windshield. So if you put anything up here, it's going to be pretty much useless. It's sort of like a waste of space, in my opinion, and nothing can really stay dry up there. To the left is your standard Hook 4 fish finder, depth finder, and GPS unit. It is perfectly fine. I would not trust it for navigation, but that's why I always bring charts. I think it's in a horrible location because as you're driving and you're looking straight ahead, if you're trying to use that for anything, you have to tilt your head down and take your eyes off the water. So I guess they want you to stop the boat before you use that. I find it to be small, and it definitely would have been much better in this area over here. So Nautic Star, if you're listening, fix that design flaw. It's not too safe. Like I said, I do use this in a saltwater environment, and as you can tell, all the bevels are still in really good shape. There's no rust. I do have a little bit of residue on the steering wheel, but I'm sure if I just put a little bit of elbow grease, that would clean right up. Now we're looking down low. Again, we have another speaker here, aim low. I don't know who that speaker's aimed at. It's not really in a good spot. Also, those cup holders, that's only really good for cans or very small bottles. It's really not conducive for any type of like thermos or like a Yeti or anything like that. It's again, good idea, just bad execution. We do like the captain's chair. It does swivel 360, and it also has a bolster. So if you're running and you want to be able to look above the people that are sitting in front of you, just pop that up. You can sit on that. Again, my son's over 330 pounds. He's going to go college, play offensive line for St. Thomas University down in Miami. If it holds his big butt in waves, it'll hold anybody, guaranteed. Good job on that captain's chair. All right, we're moving to the back of the boat. This is the rear facing lounge. And again, this is one of the highly sought after areas on the boat. So again, we have plenty of storage underneath, and I'm going to show you some features about this particular area. It seems, and this is the only sort of seat that does this, it seems that it's got like a little holding area, almost as a dry type situation. So for example, the storage that we keep under there, I keep my grill in there, and I keep the toilet lid and some other stuff in there. So that little plastic area looks like it should be dry storage, but again, this boat really doesn't have any type of dry storage on it. I wouldn't trust it. Bag it or put it in a little plastic box. Behind the captain's chair, behind the console, this is the pass-through to the back of the boat. This is a brilliant design. It flips up, so it gives you access to hop in and out, and then it reveals the battery box. Behind this is your dual battery setup. All right, this is all aftermarket stuff I had done. The original battery was just one battery there. I went with the Blue Sea Systems. I was definitely impressed with the way that works. I have an onboard charger, so when I'm here, I can just plug my batteries in and they charge up. So, spent a lot of money on this stuff, but safety's paramount. All right, and they got another unique design feature here. This cushion, which is the one directly on the back of the boat, pops up and moves out of the way. Again, really good construction. That's a really heavy cushion. This is what they call the cooler. Let me show you why we don't use it as a cooler. All right, so this is a pull-out little plastic tub insert. It does have a little drain on it right there that drains to the bottom of the boat. I don't trust this. It has 0 insulation factor. So by the time you put ice in there, it'll melt immediately. But as far as keeping towels and stuff, it's a good, easy place. Keeps stuff out of the way. Throw them in a bag. It's nice and light, easy to clean. So, I don't believe anybody's ever done anything underneath the bottom of the boat. So this is, we have a dry deck system, so all the water runs off the back of the boat and it does go out of the side. Down here you can see the construction. There's absolutely no wood anywhere in here. Here is the bilge. There is bilge access from the top, which we'll go over in a little bit. That's the ski pole platform. You can see that that's the only rust I have on my entire boat. Then other than that, everything's pretty clean. I do a complete clean out every time, but there is no wood back here. All right, this particular boat model did not come with any type of rod holders. So I bought these aftermarket rod holders, stainless steel with the clamp on, not the best design. And then I had some custom work done. I added that stainless steel rod holder and that stainless steel rod holder, and it was a purchase well made. This is the ski pole that I had with the boat. We do water sports off this boat. I have a 115 Yamaha, and it handles it just fine. Again, 330 pounds off the back of the boat. Boat moves fine, no problem. All right, the canopy. I just want to go over the canopy and the way it works. Let me just tell you, we love our canopy. We hate the sun. I've grown up in Florida my whole life. I don't need any more sun. I'm not running from the snow. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how easy it is to put this up. Okay, so you just grab it, pull it forward. It's got this little ball joint. Come over here, you gotta do it evenly. And you got this little ball joint. And there you go, it just snaps right into place. All right, yeah, I'm out here in the boat by myself, so that was a little bit of a fail. I apologize. But all that tubing is stainless steel. Again, that Sunbrella material. It works great. It holds up. We've been through some horrendous, South Florida summer storms. And let me show you another way cool feature here in a second. I don't know if you can see it, but there's an interior zipper here already sewn in. And I'm going to show you what that is. All right, I'm back. Breathing a little heavy. This is a drop-down privacy area. It can't be up on the canopy when you have it furled back in the boot. It doesn't fit. However, once you're underway, it only took me about 5 minutes to install that all by myself. It fits very snug. The zippers all line up, and it's high quality material. So that just drops down, fits perfectly. And what's nice about this is it does come down on top of that back couch. So if you need to come in here and sit down and get changed, do whatever you have to do, get yourself a little bit of privacy. There is enough room right here where my feet are at and you can set up a little bucket for a little toilet if you got to do that sort of business. Again, all Sunbrella material, it's water resistant, and I'm sure it's mold resistant. Now stepping through to the back of the boat, looking forward. This is our stern light, back casting deck with ladder that goes down, rod holders, and a back casting deck here. All right, now I'm going to show you how to install a little small table. This is a first for YouTube, and I highly suggest that Nautic Star goes ahead and shows you how to do this stuff versus people just trying to figure it out on their own. All right, so what you want to do is you want to grab that little aluminum base, and it sets in to the little catch right there. Got to get it in nice and even. You have this little pull pin. Sorry. And that drops right in. Next, grab your tabletop. And your tabletop fits on just like that. You're able to use it that way or that way, whatever you need to do. As far as space goes, here's my leg space. It's definitely out of the way. I'm 220 pounds, 5'10", so it's got 2 cup holders, works pretty nice. Switching over here to the other side, this is the reversed lounge. As you can see, my leg is underneath the table, but I got plenty of clearance. And again, the table rotates pretty easily. Once you're underway, hitting waves like we do with the wake, dealing with the very busy intercoastal way here in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, this thing's a total trooper. Really easy to clean, heavy construction material. Just keep it out of the sun, you'll be all right. This little piece of aftermarket kit works great. You can't believe the amount of garbage you can generate on a boat. So this is 100% waterproof. It's just a little garbage can. It's spring loaded, so you can take your garbage out. Obviously we put a little garbage bag in there, and then it's also out of the way, and our garbage never gets left in the ocean. Marine flea market, it just claps on there with some Velcro straps, nothing to rust, and nice and easy. You can bump into it and no one's getting upset. So I went ahead and had some custom work done. I had a electric pump put in. This is my freshwater fill. The other way Nautic Star had it, they had a little pump here and you would pump, and it didn't work bad, but you always had to have siphon and suction. So we just went ahead and upgraded, and now I got running water on command. I opted for the larger 20-gallon freshwater container, and we're happy with it. Attached to that freshwater washdown, I also have a stern washdown, which is back of the boat, and a bow washdown, which is the front of the boat. So this is bow filler, and it's going to be these 3 cushions right here, and it's going to fill in this space right here to make all of this one big sun deck. All right, as far as I know, this is the only video on all the internet that shows you how to put in your bow filler. So you're going to get 3 stainless steel poles. There's notches that run along the edge of that front cushion. There's a small, a medium, and large pole, and they fit into place. I've just ordered these from Nautic Star. Again, there's no directions, so I'm just sort of winging it. And listen, it's basic Tetris, so as long as I don't mess this up, I shouldn't embarrass myself too much. Okay, let me put you on hold and try to figure this out. And there you have it. It just took a little bit of muscle. I just had to put these 2 pads together, then just push them down, and they were able to kick out to the left and right. So here you go. This is the first and only video that I know of a 203 SC having a bow filler on the internet. So let's look underneath. And there's your 3 poles. So one of my friends on Nautic Star's Facebook page did mention that it will probably render the locker underneath the locker useless. Not useless, but you can't pull nothing big out of there. But still, it's not useless. You got a little bit of access. All right, so my back is all the way up to the step. So again, 210 pounds. I feel really safe. I don't hear any squeaking. Looks pretty good, feels pretty good. I'm gonna try to lay left to right. There you go, that's left to right. This pad is where the little live well kit is. It does not have that hard bottom, which I guess is good. So this is just foam, 100% foam. It does have buttons, but I don't think I want to put button straps in my deck. All right, so as far as a fishing platform, this thing is rock solid. So this is this boat all laid out. Again, it's a great platform. I'm standing up here, so for fishing, you got plenty of space to fish. My son normally takes the front of the boat at 6'4", 330 pounds. No problems. People can absolutely ride. This is where my wife rides, on this side. So my son will drive. I'll be in the back of the boat back there somewhere trying to be ballast, and the wife will be right here. Yes, she griped about this, but she's now learned to live with it. As you can tell, the boat is loaded full of cup holders, so it's definitely a great family boat. And as far as a fishing platform, no problems. I'm going to go off the back of the boat on the stern. I'm going to show you where I fish from. She could jump over here on this side. So again, we're backwater, canal, freshwater, lake, intercoastal. Really not heading out to the ocean. Not interested in that at all. All right, I'm going to point out a couple of design flaws, just so you're aware. The first one was with the cowling. It's not a big deal, you know, it's something I could live with, but for a brand new engine, it was very frustrating. You can see where I have a little rub wear and I have a couple of scratches in my cowling. That's because your stern light in its recessed position, when this canopy comes all the way back and you have your engine tilted all the way forward, this piece right here will rub up against that. It's a little frustrating. Before I had this large canopy, I had your basic Home Depot canopy that I could not leave this up when I parked it. And my damage had already been done, and I just wished I had a little bit of previous knowledge going into it. Don't have this sucker all the way up and this all the way back unless you have something covering this prior to putting your boat away. That'd have been helpful. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take off the bathroom. I'm going to recess the canopy, and then I'm going to go ahead and get the playpen cover, and I'm going to cover the entire boat. I'm going to time myself. Unfortunately, I don't have any helpers to show you how long it takes, but literally, I don't imagine it's going to take longer than 5 minutes to do everything. So I'm going to go ahead and time myself, and I'll come back and let you know how I did. From start to finish by myself, 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Put the canopy back, put the boot on, take the bathroom down, and put the playpen cover back on. 7 minutes and 20 seconds.